Right, today this video is just a little bit about solar energy. You have to forgive me for the poor lighting. It's what I've got available to me. Right, so we have here our typical van, nice combi van here, and we want to get a little bit of extra battery life out of it. There are a number of ways we can do that. First and most simplest way is a dual battery system, which basically takes extra power out of the alternator, routes it to a second battery with an automatic cut-off, so that when you go to start your starter battery, it doesn't fail. The only problem with this is that you need to drive fairly regularly in order to produce a little bit of power to keep your batteries going. So we can have a solar powered system. Now this is a fairly simple one. It has a solar panel, cable, and it attaches to this little unit here, which essentially contains a number of LED lights. I'll just zoom in on it, and then we'll take it apart to show you the essentials of a solar battery system, a solar power system. You've got your four main components actually. You've got your solar panel, which we have here. You've got your load, which is that. And if we open it up, you see the other main components. You've got your batteries, and you've got your controller. So this is an extremely simple solar power system. Explains how simple it really is. Your four main components, once again: solar panel, batteries, controller, and load. I guess you could actually go out and buy one of these if you really wanted to, but it's not going to power your television. It's not going to power computers. All it's going to power is this one single light, which is fine and well if you just want a little bit of light, but not so good if you actually want to power a bit more than that. So you're probably after something which is going to provide you with a bit more power than just a little light. And to be honest, this light actually doesn't stay on the entire night. So even something as simple as this little system won't work. But we might need something just a tad more complicated than that. So we have this. This is, I don't recommend it really. It's basically just a 5-watt solar panel. So we have our 5-watt solar panel here. And we'll just add a little bit of light. Now, I can actually plug this 5-watt solar panel using a plug and an adapter. We've basically just got a power plug adapter, overcharged device, and we can plug it into this little beauty that we have here on my right. Your right. And I'll just see if I can bring it into the picture a bit more. It's basically a jump start battery system. I can plug, it won't actually light because I don't have enough light here, so I can plug this device into this system, and no, it's not actually charging at the moment. If I had the panel way out in the sunshine and it was a sunny day, it would actually charge this system. This is basically jump start battery. I think it's 900 amps. Yep, 900 amps there. I normally have this device plugged in through my overcharge protector here. Plug it into the car cigarette lighter, and this provides me with enough power. It will actually run a TV, for LCD TV, for about 14 hours. It can run other devices such as laptop computer, lights. It has its own built-in light. It also has a meter which says when it's actually discharging and when it needs to be charged. And this little LED light will actually flash, telling me that it needs to be charged. But when it's a sunny day, I can actually plug these two together, the 5 amp panel, and it will actually charge it, because this provides a 5 watt panel, 500 milliamps, which is essentially what this thing needs. It's 0.5 amp. So I have actually charged it up on a sunny day. The weather outside, being Australia of course, during winter is quite grey, so this will not charge terribly well. But even a system like this is probably not going to be ideal. So what you're going to need is a whole pile of larger solar panels. So we're talking about probably around about the range of minimum 45 watts. The bigger the better. The more solar panels you can get, the much better for you. It's also important to keep your panels pretty clean, so you get the maximum amount of light onto it. Going back to our little analog vehicle again, you essentially need to have solar panels mounted on the roof of the vehicle, so that people can't get hold of them, people can't vandalise your panels. You can actually get panels from Unisolar, which were actually designed mostly for use on board yachts. They curve, so you can actually curve them on the roof. They're extremely expensive though compared to normal panels, so I probably wouldn't use them. Yeah, you probably easily these days you can get panels of the up to 220 watts, a single panel, which would probably occupy a space that big. So it's ideal to go for the one panel, because it means you're only attaching it to one spot in your vehicle. You've got room to put roof racks, air vents, etc. Now with the larger panels, you're going to need one of these devices. I'll just see if I can close that back screen up so we get a bit more light onto it. Okay, this is a PV charge controller, photovoltaic, basically a solar panel charge controller. It's a programmable one. You're essentially plugging in your solar panel, battery and your load. Once again, back to our little example, we had solar panel, load, battery and the controller in the back. It's essentially the same thing. Your batteries are probably going to be deep cycle batteries, so you'd be wanting to plug them into the battery component here. Now this little device has a reset button, and in the side here we have a couple of dip switches which allow us to program the input voltage. For my batteries in my camper van, I've got it set so that it's essentially charges at 14 volts, and that's enough to charge the battery up quite fully. I originally had them at 13.3 volts until I worked out that they actually do like to be charged much better to 14 volts. It's kind of overcharging them a little bit, but at night time that means that they essentially don't discharge as much.